really, so, and they told me, they said, we can do anything.
I'd like to call the Delaware County Commissioners meeting to order. It is Monday, the 6th, 2021. Time is 9:02. If everybody could please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. James, will you make sure that speaker's on 7?
Yeah, it's on 7.
Thank you.
Yep. Donna, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry,
Here.
Ms. Riggin,
Present.
Mr. King,
Here.
Mr. Brook,
Present.
E.C.
Next, we'll move for approval of minutes. We have the November 15th, 2021 Commissioners meeting, and we also have the November 22nd, 2021 special meeting.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Riggin,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes. Under presentations, Commissioner Henry invited a couple of people to come in and speak. Would you like to introduce them?
Yeah, first I'd like to introduce Dr. Lynn Whitty. We've been talking about rehabilitation and some of the things that we feel like that the Delaware County's in need of, so.
Thank you. I'd just like to take a minute. I have been actively involved in a lot of addiction issues. I've spoken with City Council. I'm on the Mayor's Committee for Addiction. But obviously, it's larger than just the city. There are a lot of county issues. And I actually came to speak before the meeting and have done so previously about the information regarding a jail addiction program, kind of as a diversion for those addicts with misdemeanors or borderline rehabilitation issues that can't just be sent to a regular facility for 30 days. My interests were that as a physician, that there is aggressive treatment for addiction during that time period because it is considered voluntary, and that a program is maintained, and also who is going to administer that program. I'm very interested in what I learned today. I think, and I did take the time to watch some videos regarding this program. And I'm very interested in how it can be combined with what the city is doing, the county is doing, all for the betterment of all our communities. And I guess, my last question will be, it's too early, but who will be administering this program? I think that's another key to that. And so obviously, because whoever's taking care of this program from a addiction services perspective is going to be very important. But I appreciate the time to bring this up, to learn about what is going on, and I will continue to have an immense interest in where this goes. So thank you very much.
We will
Appreciate
stay
it.
in contact. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to introduce Travis Jester. Travis also has a program that he wants to talk about. I have been working with Travis for the last few months, and things are working out great. So, Travis, you want to kind of talk about your program?
Yes, thank you. My name's Travis. I'm in recovery. I'll celebrate 3.5 years this month. My drug of choice was heroin, and I am now a certified addiction peer recovery coach. I am also the peer lead. I work with what's called the Indiana Recovery Network. They've divided our state into 5 areas. I oversee the Northeast and personally cover and work in Delaware County and would love to, for lack of a better term, infiltrate this county. I grew up in Blackford, but to be honest, I was in Delaware all the time. We oversee and work in 12 counties. We have 6 peer recovery coaches. As of now, I'm getting overdose calls either emailed or texted to me. When someone in Blackford, Jay, or Delaware overdose, me or one of my colleagues will go visit them. I would just love to work hand in hand. I'll be honest, 2 years ago when I started this job, Jay County Sheriff's Department and me butted heads. I'm a convicted felon. I'm a person in recovery. Now, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., if I want to go in the jail, they're cool. I literally just walk up to the door and say, hey, this is Travis with the Jay County Drug Prevention Coalition. They buzz me in. I get to sit down, help people get into treatment. After I leave here, I'm headed to Blackford County Jail to do the same. The gentleman is getting sentenced on the 20th, and his sentence will be reduced if I can get him into inpatient. So that's what my day is like. And I just want to put a face to the name. I know I talk to a lot of people in this county, and nobody knows who I am. And I don't believe I can make a change, but I do feel like the options that have been offered up until the last 2 years have been minimal in success. And I don't want to imply that what I can do can help. But I do know that as a person in recovery, when I got out of jail, I wish somebody had that lived experience and say, let's go with me, let's see what we can do to help. So if anybody's interested, I have handouts that'll explain where I work, what we can and what we cannot do, and an email and a telephone number. Thank you.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you. Travis is, like I said, he does a great job, and if I have an incident of a overdose or a person I feel like is in need, I'll text Travis, and he will literally tell me that he's going to be there that day, and he'll usually give me a time. I'll be there around this time, and he goes to that house and tries to help those individuals. So I'm very grateful for Travis and his program. So thank you, Travis.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Jane, for
Yeah,
for
congratulations.
your-
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to have one of those flyers also, please.
Yep.
Pam?
Yeah, Travis, if you could leave some flyouts and flyers in the office or
Yeah.
around the corner, I would love to have those in our office.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, not to take up any more time. The name Jay County Drug Prevention Coalition has taken away from where we can work. That's why I attached a map showing we have 12 counties we work in.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have 6 people that, and I strategically hired them. Like I have a young lady who lives in Bluffton, one in Adams County, one in Randolph. I cover kind of Delaware, Blackford, so, but yeah, I'll hand these out if anybody's interested.
And I try to tell everyone about what he does because it's so important, and it includes Delaware County.
And it's federally funded. So, I mean, it's a
free.
pay-
Yeah,
it's a free program for us. Yeah.
I'd love to sit down with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I,
Yeah, it's paid for.
I've seen Dr. Whitney on Zoom. I've been on a coalition for about 5 years with mental health. And Travis's program, I had heard about Travis. I just never had met him, and I'm so glad to meet him today. But the three of us just got back from our conference last week, and one of the whole 1 hour was on what Brown County had done. And I can share this with the employees if they'd like to know what Brown County did. And it's what Travis is saying, that these people, when they get off of the high, they need that companion to help them walk them through. And there's about 10 different things that they could reach out. So it worked out very well that you were both able to come today. I'm glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have anything else? If not, we'll move on to contracts and agreements for approval. We have the local roads and bridge matching grant agreements. Angie?
Good morning, Commissioners. We were awarded 3 different projects. I have an NDOT contract that's electronically will be signed, but I'll go over the projects. We were awarded $208,000 for Bridge 269. That's located on Floyd Drive. It's going to be a slip lining project. There's only one way in and out of that subdivision, so we can keep that open during construction. We have a structure replacement on 500 North. We were awarded $53,625. And then we have a pavement preservation project on Cowan Road, and we were awarded $211,978.72. And just to refresh your memory, this is 50% match.
211,000 what?
978.72.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for your work on that.
I'll make a motion, we approve all 3 agreements.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for approval. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Riggin?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ashton's Land Surveyor, Thornborough Plat, Penrod Subdivision, and Lisa Addition.
Good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Kathy Van Ice, and I'm from Ashton Land Surveyor at 325 West Washington Street here in Muncie. We do have 3 different plats that we have already had the plat committee meetings and have approval, but now I need to dedicate some road right away. Thornborough is on County Road 600 South, and we need to dedicate the road right away to that one. Penrod is on County Road 400 East, and I need to dedicate the road right away for Penrod. And then Lisa Additions on McCreary Road, and we're going to be dedicating the right of way for McCreary Road on Lisa.
Anybody have any questions? Any comments?
I make a motion, we approve the right away.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for approval for the right-of-way. Donna, could you call the roll, please?
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have agreement for employment of Delaware County Attorney.
Yes, this is the attorney, this is the contract for employing my services as the county attorney for the upcoming 2022 year. Nothing really changed, no rates changed. Salary was changed by the county council, so that's all incorporated in there.
Okay.
John, you in your office, Joe, your entire office do an amazing job for us, and I appreciate it. I want to
Thank
make
you.
a motion, we approve the
Thank you.
agreement.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I agree with you too, Shannon. They do an excellent job for us. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes. Next, we have ordinance for first reading, ordinance number 2021-033, ordinance amending Title 1, Chapter 4, the Delaware County Code of Ordinance regarding election districts for county council.
This is an ordinance, every 10 years, the U.S. does a census, and every 10 years, the elected officials, the districts have to take a look at the census numbers. The county lost about a little over 5,000 people between the city and the county. Most of them are in the city, but there was an adjustment of population. So I've been working with Kyle on the maps to come up with some, take a look at the different districts and see where they are and see if we can keep those within the proper parameters. This ordinance changes a little bit of the county council districts only because of population shifts and changes. Most districts lost. I think there was one that actually gained a few people. And so this is the ordinance. This and 34 are the ordinance for the council and for the commissioners. And under the statute, commissioners have the obligation to review this every 10 years. And this is just for introduction. Once it's introduced, I'll have Kyle put the maps and the ordinance on the website.
I make a motion, we introduce ordinance number 2021-033.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes. Next, we have ordinance number 2021-034, ordinance amending Title 1, Chapter 4, the Delaware County Code of Ordinance regarding election districts for county commissioner.
This is the same ordinance for the census. Commissioners are a little different than council members because everybody votes for commissioners, but you have to live in a particular district. It's kind of strange, but that's the statute. So you have to check the districts to make sure that they're relatively equal as well. So we modified, took a look at the population, modified those, and I'll have Kyle put the map up for this one as well.
I make a motion, we introduce the ordinance.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to introduce. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes. Next, we have ordinance for second reading, ordinance number 2021-032, an ordinance amending Title 1, Chapter 1, Section 123, subsection N, and ordinance 2021-009 and 2021-021 concerning weapons and other matters in or on county-owned or operated property.
This is an ordinance to address an issue brought up by the courts concerning previous ordinances. I've had discussions with the courts, and And we've all looked at this, and this ordinance cures and fixes whatever issues the courts felt that they had with the prior ordinances, and it kind of combines them.
Cleans them up a little bit.
Cleans them up, yes.
I make a motion we adopt ordinance 2021-032.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for adoption. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Mr. King?
We have no resolutions for approval. We'll move to department heads and elected officials. John, you have bid openings for the assessor's office.
Did you bring that packet, Donna, or Donna? Jenny?
No?
Okay.
I'll say, no, I didn't.
Donna didn't either, so. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I knew I would lose it, so I gave it to somebody else.
Well, I lost it evidently.
Good morning, James Carmichael, County Assessor. While we're waiting for the packet, did you get it yet? Or she's digging it out. We advertised this in the Star Press according to Indiana Code 6114-18.5 on October 6th. We let it advertise for 16 days, in which we received two bids, two inquiries, one from Tyler Technologies on October 7th and one from PSC Associates on October 11th, which I responded with the specifications that same day. We received one bid from PSC Associates by the deadline. So that's what I've got for you today. There it is.
There it is. I thought we only received one envelope. Thank you.
What's it for?
I was just going to ask that you take this under advisement and just to make sure that it meets the specifications.
This is for assessment services.
Okay.
You have to do this, what, every other year, every year?
Every 4 years.
Every 4 years.
You don't see much of me.
Been a while.
Yeah. And we are ending the 4-year cycle and start another one next year, and they require us to do this every 4 years.
All right. We have, looks like 3 copies of a proposal from PSC Associates LLC in the sum of $1,573,400. 1,573,400. So I would recommend that the commissioners take this under advisement so the assessor can take a look at it, make sure it's proper, and then you can vote on it at the next meeting.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second, take it under advisement. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Carmichael, is that around the figure, what are you paying now, do you know?
I believe the last contract was about 1.5,
Okay,
so it didn't look like there's going to be much of a change over the 4-year cycle.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Ed Carroll, our treasurer, to come up and talk about some software that we'd like to see the county purchase.
Good morning. Morning. Thank you.
Did you lose something else?
Nope, I did, I have it right there. There'll be a more formal agreement.
Is it this for Denise?
Yep.
Good morning.
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 What I've given to you is a proposal for an agreement. It's a 1-year term. This is the software that we discussed that would be utilized for collecting and storing all of the money for the ARP money.
Ed, this will also help out in the future with, like, the auditor's office too, right, with tracking funds and,
Yeah, it's really utilized for tracking all the ARPA money that we're going to be dispersing over the next 5 years. We're required to actually save all this information for 5 years, so this is the first year. It's a 1-year term for this one. We do have the option to renew this, so it's probably in our best interest to make sure this worked rather than doing a 5-year agreement. Do a 1-year term, make sure it works and fits our needs, and then after that, we have the option to actually renew the agreement for up to 5 years.
What counties have you been talking to that have been using this, or?
There's none in Indiana that's currently using this. This product's being used by towns, cities, other counties outside of Indiana, even some states. There's over 2,000 government entities currently using this type of product.
And we know where the money can come from then to pay for it, right?
This actually has already been appropriated by the council and yourself as part of the ARPA program.
Yeah.
That I think we allocated like 10%, which is over $2 million for administrative cost. So this would come out of that money.
Are you gonna have to hire some staff in there,
With the software, we don't anticipate have to hire anyone additional to actually to track this information. That's part of the reason we're suggesting use this product. So we'd have to hire anyone to save and track this information.
sounds good.
You want to make that a motion?
I'll move we adopt, yeah.
I'll second.
A motion is second. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Reagan,
Yes.
Mr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay.
Do we have any department heads, elected officials that would like to speak?
They just shut me out a minute ago, so. Okay, Pam McCammon, Human Resources. I just wanted to remind everyone, open enrollment is until December 15th. And if anyone has not made an appointment to meet with the enrollers, they need to do so. We've got one enroller next door in the Commissioner's Conference Room and one at the Justice Center. And all this does is have all your insurance and information updated. Your beneficiaries are updated at that time. And it's very important that each one meets. The meeting can last as long as 5 minutes to 20. It's not a very long meeting, but it's very important that everyone gets in there and gets things changed.
Do they call you for scheduling?
No, there is each and every one of them got a flyer and they can schedule.
They do their own.
They put their own scheduling on.
Very good.
We've had a good turnout. We've had a lot of people to go through, but there's still a lot of people. And then I think we're setting up a place at the highway too, so.
How long are they in this building?
They are here, let me see, it was 9 days last week, so probably another 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we've got people out.
Yes,
they'll still have-
absolutely, yep,
Yeah.
yep. So, thank you.
Thanks, Pam.
Any other department head, elected official?
I want to say something. Starting today, we are no longer allowing anybody past our front counter in the back of the office due to health
COVID.
issues in our office. And our employees are supposed to wear masks once they get up and leave their desk. We're gonna go buy spray and stuff tonight
Yeah.
to start spraying our office, but at this point, Steve just felt that maybe for a while, we shouldn't let anybody come past the front counter, so I just wanted to make everybody, I mean, if you come down and we need you to come back, of course, we'll have you come back, but for now, people turn in claims and acquaintances need to stop at the front.
Stop at the front.
Like we did for a while, so things just aren't real perky in our office right now, so we're just trying to take some precautions, so.
Very good. Thank you for doing that.
And I don't think we can not let people in without a mask, can we? Steve suggested that, and I said, I don't think we can because our thing has expired for the building, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I said, I'd hate for somebody from the public to get down there and we have a big sign saying mask. And
Yeah.
I said, I don't think I can do that right
Still
now.
have the screen up though,
Yeah.
Yes.
So I did block it off from anybody going in the back of employees, but I told him, I said, I don't think I can do that right now, so
Right.
okay.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Mike,
Thank you.
Can you,
they have
you hear-
the
No, I
electric
didn't.
static sprayer that he said that they can bring
Oh.
over and spray for you.
oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
So we don't need to buy Lysol? Like, how often can we get that done? Like, once a week? Okay.
How expensive
We've got
are they?
cooties.
Yeah, we just want to spray good.
Just paid someone at the highway department to come out.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to come to the highway? Would you be willing to come to the highway department? Are we opening up a can of worms, me asking that? I got one sprayer. Okay.
I think there's other departments that have 3, 4, and 5. I think the courts, I think the health department, so maybe we can
Yeah, 'cause
look
we
into
need
things
this
like that.
building sprayed.
Yeah.
If I may speak up, I'm in the process of doing that.
Yeah.
Me and Jenny talked about
Can you,
it.
Steve, can you go up to the, please state your name?
Yep.
Steve Foster, County Superintendent. I talked to Jenny last week, and then I come to find out we have 4 or 5 of them. I'm gonna talk to Emily, and I was talking to Denise this morning about starting spraying the furniture and stuff like that. So I'll keep the commissioners informed what I was gonna do. I didn't know we had them, but we have 4 at the Board of Health. Obviously, they have one. There's one out the Justice Center. So I'll keep you guys informed how we're gonna do it.
Get with Mike and see what it would cost to purchase one, all right?
Cost, okay.
Of your own?
Just spray the furniture though, or?
No, it'll spray everything except, I can do everything except for your computers.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that's electronic, so
Okay.
I'll get with them and see how we want to handle it, but I was in the process of it Friday since it started. I mean, last week we know that there was some out in the courts due to that court hearing that was, so I figured I needed to start looking in, maybe getting something to start spraying stuff, so.
Get with Mike and find out the cost.
Yeah, spray our vents also and
Alrighty.
filters.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Marta?
Yeah, I just thought I'd make a quick announcement. We've had some presentations before at the commissioners' meetings for our Together DM project, and we are nearing the end of that. We have a public hearing set for this Thursday in this room at 6 p.m., and that will be in front of the Plan Commission for a presentation and then a recommendation from the Plan Commission that would be forwarded on to the county commissioners and city council. The current schedule is for that to be forwarded on for the January 3rd meetings at the beginning of the year. So I just thought I'd make that announcement. And the other thing, in case it comes up, Angie and I have talked about this, and and Pam should know this too. I haven't talked to her yet, but there are federal requirements dealing with ADA implementation plans, and the one that the county has now is several years old. But not only that, more importantly, the county has a whole new building out there that we need to do an ADA assessment and add that to the inventory within the ADA plan and just do an update to the existing plan. And so Angie and I have talked about that, and we'll be doing that next year. So
Very good.
Yeah, our last assessment was about, what, 5 years ago? Or-
I think
or-
a little bit more than
No,
that.
no, it was,
I want to say 14 or 15.
14, yeah.
well, 8 years ago when we became commissioners.
Okay,
We were
yeah.
out at the fairgrounds, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
So anyway, we'll be doing that next year.
thank you.
Anyone else? We'll move to the monthly, weekly reports for weights and measures. Did everybody get that?
Yes.
All right, we'll move to payment of claims in the amount of $3,521,592.45.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for payment of claims. Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes. Go to public comments. Jenny, do we have anybody sign up? John, do you have anything?
There was one comment asking for clarification on the administrative costs about the 2 million. I answered that. It's for the entirety of the plan. It's not just a one-year deal. It's for the entire. Now you have about 5 years for the plan, because projects have to be commenced by 2024 and be completed by 2026.
2026, yep. Oh, if nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to recess.
So move.
So moved. Second.
Donna, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Henry?
Yes.
Ms. Reagan?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes, go into recess.